Jack. It cannot be ridiculous as it often is in some things.
Yeah, it's very easy to fuck that up. I want to like since you both or Andrew you specifically really love 8, like I want to try Final Fantasy 8 again, but like when I tried it way back in the day, I just hated the drawing system so much. Like that's what
That's
killed
Yeah.
the game
that's
for me.
that's half the reason I want them to remake it, so they can get a designer to look at that system and like, hey, let's get this to the point where it actually makes some sense,
Yeah,
and it's
it's
not.
so easy to break too. Like you can be stupidly like overpowered on
Hmm.
Yeah.
like almost as soon as you walk out of the car. Well, you can draw in the training ground, so I guess immediately you can be stupidly overpowered.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can be in the because remember when he goes up to that place with Quistis and they fight the thing and then you go back later that night and
Yeah.
She's all like Squall, why you so mean? And he's like, cause Teach, I'm just mean, just leave me alone, okay? And
Yeah.
then she says, okay, fine. Then she leaves and then it turns out she's not going to be your teacher anymore because
Hmm.
I like Quistis, the character. She's so great. Whole game's
Yeah, I
great.
didn't like her when I was little just because oh my god, she's in the way of my pairing. But now I'm older, I like her. So
She's in the
Yeah, she
way
was
of my
great.
pairing.
It's that's oh man, it is so like
I
first
felt
the
bad for her.
notion that Square would be like, yes, the Lightning is FF's first main character. Like, first of all, aside from the fact that the series has had like female protagonists like prior to Lightning that they conveniently forgot, it had like
Tara
all
is
the
way better. Anyway,
Terra's
continue.
Terra's way better, but the thing is, all the other female characters in the franchise are way better.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
Lightning
just yeah,
Lightning
countless
is
examples.
completely like flat, not even remotely interesting character in the first 13. I didn't play any
I
of the
liked
other
her
ones.
sister more than her, and her sister was in that game for like 20 minutes in the
Yeah.
first one. So,
Lightning, she literally is just like she's Cloud. She's just a
She's
female.
supposed to be though.
She's
Like she,
supposed to be
well,
a
she's
female
a
version.
very like Mary Sue character too. Like it's
Yeah.
I remember
I
like the one line that made me cringe so much in the beginning, and people make fun of it all the time. But the "moms are tough" thing, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? Uh, moms are tough, says the major from Ghost in the Shell, 'cause that's all I
Yeah.
could think of.
What?
Um,
Oh
that
man.
yeah, that it was Mary Elizabeth McGlynn that did
No, yeah,
the.
no, that I remember. That's what I'm saying. That was my reaction. Was oh man, come on.
But more than anything, it's just I didn't know what was going on in that game. Like at any time,
yeah,
like I
you
was.
had to stop and read, and that's like it doesn't even like totally make that clear either. But if you don't read the whole stupid thing in the start, oh my god, this crocodile thing is terrible memories. Oh my god.
The snake. It's the
Yeah,
it's called the yawn.
yeah, that thing.
I didn't even know
But yeah,
anyone was still
anyway,
watching.
it terrifies me. But yeah,
Yes, but yeah,
crocodile.
I need to play a bunch of Final Fantasy still someday when I'm
Yeah.
No, I
unemployed.
just call the snake a crocodile.
I know. That's why I said the snake.
Mhm.
You're a fake zoologist nerd.
Oh
I don't know
man.
animals.
I do think 13 is actually worth trying. It does have some merit, even though it's not
Well,
great.
yeah, I mean,
There's
I
some
liked
there's some
it, but
decent
I
stuff
didn't
in it.
like the main character. So
No, Lightning's
I
too. She
actually
just
I
for
like
most of the time,
Snow.
yeah.
A lot of people don't like Snow, but I like his obnoxious hero trope. Like, don't tell me that you haven't seen that in a million other games, and all of a sudden you just hate it in Final Fantasy 13. Like,
Hmm.
I've seen so many people bitch about how annoying he is for like wanting to save someone. Like,
He's not that annoying, and honestly,
I
he
really
gets
don't
some
think
decent
so.
he gets some decent development because
Yeah,
there does come a point where they actually like in the narrative they actually do call him on sort of putting on that facade,
yeah,
and then he's got to deal with it. And I love when you get to that midway point where you figure out the the big the sort of the secret of the plot, and they're in that like underground like parking lot or whatever.
yeah,
And you go up and you talk to him, and he's kind of like distraught. Like that's the thing, like because I played some of that again last year. That game does have some merit, and that core story, it's probably pretty good. It could just be written much better and actually explained to you, and then you could like it. And also, Lightning needs to be. I was gonna say she's needlessly angry, but she's not needlessly angry because I think she has a decent reason for being as like angry
yeah,
and like lashing out the way that she does. But her turn, the way her attitude changes, happens far too quickly. It's just it happens in an instant. Whereas like Squall was this mean dude that like softened up over the course of 40 hours. Lightning
yeah.
has one scene, and then this like sort of like they snap their fingers and she has an epiphany that's not even really explained. She's just all of a sudden is this most like compassionate person for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
that's true.
Final Fantasy
And,
13 is so bad that Ron can even compliment 7 for a second in favor of it.
but like, okay, but I see in Snow kind of like what I saw in Zidane. And So like I saw this dude the other day tweeting about how much he hated snow. It was actually a long time back, but he really liked Final Fantasy IX and he liked Zidane a lot. But Zidane is so much of that same character, like I want to save you and like super cheerful and super upbeat, and all of a sudden he's just depressed
Hmm.
at one point
Right,
because he's
yeah.
like devastated. And
Hmm.
that's Snow went the same way. Maybe it's more annoying because it's voiced now and it's more in your face, but
It's more
I don't know.
anime.
Yeah, I saw the.
Snow is he's voiced by Troy Baker. He is a little sort of surfer dude, bro,
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of. Yeah, but no, but it is the same narrative arc because he is like very adventurous. He's like a sort of a romantic guy. He's an idealist. Like that's Zidane
Yeah.
big thing when you start the game is he's like totally an idealist. He's a total like a complete do-gooder, and then something real happens, and his emotions are fractured in a way he's not really used to, and then he's got to like face that. And they push that a little bit further with Zidane because like the more and more the deeper you go in, it's about like his origins that he's like not really prepared to face. But yeah, like that basic chord, like they both do have that scene where they're there and incredibly depressed.
Jeez, that scared the shit out of me. Whatever that
I
was in the
heard something.
background.
So yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, my window's open.
It's okay. I was just like, what? It sounded like a cat, like going like growling. I'm like, looked around my room. I literally did. I'm like, what the fuck was that? But yeah.
Is that crack in your item list? What is that colorful crack? What
I,
is that?
you mean, geez, you're drug casual. That's herbs. We're gonna get high. That's
That's
what,
that
that's been like the longest. It's not even a joke. That's what's called red green herbs. Welcome to the oldest running
What
Resident
about
Evil
the
joke.
acid shells? Do you?
Yeah, the acid shells. So yeah, this game, I think Mikami and Kamiya and all those Capcom guys were just on drugs all the time when they were making these games.
Acid
Mhm.
shells. Herbs.
Acid shells does sound like something
I
you
heard
drop.
about that. Ross was talking about the Dissidia arcade thing. I want to go back
Is
to
that
Japan now.
confirmed? Is that actually confirmed now?
Apparently being announced right now. I'm not paying attention to Twitter, so
Oh,
I
he
don't
said it.
know.
Oh, he said it just got announced. Apparently, an arcade version just got announced. Okay, yeah, that was it. That was what it was suspected to be. So I guess that's really
Yeah.
what it is. Cool.
What I don't even. What is Dissidia? It's just another fan
Dis-
fiction game.
Dissidia was this fighting game where it's not in like the traditional, not like, don't think of like a Tekken or like a Virtua Fighter, but think more like
Yeah.
Power Stone. It was that,
Oh.
and you take two FF characters and they each get like their powers and stuff. So it even had a narrative too because it would have to because it's a Final Fantasy game and it's like there's a hero and a villain from every game up until 12, and then Lightning from 13's in it also, and there's a couple extra characters from like 11 and 12 are in there also. But for most of the main games, they take a hero and a villain, and they throw them in with like I think like there's a chaos and another chaos is like the darkness god, and then there's a goddess who's like a goddess of light, and they're in this story, and it's basically all these like just contrived reasons for your favorite FF characters from different
Fighting,
games to
yeah.
fight each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was on PSP, and they did a sort of a pseudo sequel where they like added new stuff to it that they released also on PSP.
So they're gonna put all like Y'shtola and Minfilla in the next Dissidia then?
Oh man, now
God,
that you said that, I really want it. I know that
They
much.
should put Thancred in it.
Thancred? He's pretty
I love
cute.
him. He is cute.
They should put him and Philly in there. That's what they should do. They should totally do that.
I think-
Forget
I think-
adding a villain.
I think I like Y'shtola more than any other character in that game. She's awesome.
I love Thancred.
Who is
I
she?
don't think Y'shtola's. You might not even have seen her if you're not far enough into the game. She's the Makote that has like white hair, and she's one of the Scions. You might not have seen her yet.
I've seen her, but I have not encountered her in the plot.
I also love the Lalafell. The freak. What is she called? Empress. girl?
Oh, I know. Is it? Are you talking about Minfilla's like friend? No, not friend.
Yeah, it's the Ulda girl.
Oh yes, I know who you're like the leader of Ildar or whatever.
Yeah. What is she called?
Dude, guess what?
Hmm.
Only thing we know so far is the inclusion of an FF14 character, Y'shtola.
Wow.
Wow.
She's the
That's
villain.
crazy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's on NeoGAF right now. That's
Jesus.
somebody asked if we know anything, and our friend Kagari, that's what she said.
Tune into the next Restless streams because we're apparently all like phone psychics.
That is so perfect.
That's pretty
All right,
crazy.
somebody. What is the Sultana of Ulda's name? Let's.
God, I want to play that game again so bad. I miss it so much.
This is an arcade. So this game has like the city of this game has like a new logo now. It's for arcades. I hope they make it a legit fighting game now and actually put it on consoles.
Nanamo Namu is her name. Well, she's really adorable. Anyway, I want to go back to Japan now and play
And
that
play
game.
this.
I've been thinking about going there in the fall just because, like, I don't think since I'm not going to Evo anymore, I
Take
have
me with you.
what?
Take me with you.
Let's go then. Armada has wanted me to go forever with him.
Oh my god, it's so fun. I can be Elle's translator. Please take me.
Let's do it.
Actually, whenever I go start talking, I freeze up.
Why is
And
that?
I just get really nervous. Like
My whole thing
Like
is
they
that
always think that my Japanese is super cute and stuff, and they like compliment it, and they understand what I say until I like get super nervous and I just start like mumbling and everything kind of falls together. It's better whenever I write and I communicate through writing.
hmm I haven't gone. I was supposed to go with a friend a couple years ago, but he got hired by Microsoft and he's Canadian. So what he had to do is he had to send his passport to a U.S. embassy to get a job. Anyways, so we couldn't go because between school ending and him starting that job, he had no passport, so he couldn't go to Japan. And I've been
Aw.
meaning to go forever. I've wanted to go forever. Like, and I think I might go this year, maybe.
If I had money, I'd go.
I want to go so bad. Armada wants me to go. Wanted to go for the Persona 5 launch, like in Japan.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was there for Type Zero when it came out, and like I knew it was coming out soon. I just didn't realize it was that day. And I was walking down the street, and like all these little stores in Akihabara were like line to line, and I was really confused. And then I jumped in line when I realized what was going on. So
That's great though. Oh, I just made a big mistake. By the way, I have not been making good time in this mainly because I'm listening to you both talk about Final Fantasy. I'm not complaining.
Sorry.
That sounded like I was complaining, and halfway through I stopped. No, it's been good. So whenever you want me to wrap it up, just tell me.
Oh man, this looks great. Tara's in this game too. Oh, this looks so cool.
Tara?
Tara, it's an
is
HD.
Sacred in it?
I don't know. I just see Y'shtola, but I'm gonna get the screens.
Didn't
up,
you
yeah.
say
Give it a
Y'shtola? Didn't you say Y'shtola was actually in the theater rhythm?
Yes, she is.
That's crazy.
Somebody mentioned that on Gaff too, so Square must like her.
Yeah.
I think that they're probably isn't the Golden Saucer patch for 14. Isn't that in like a week or so?
I'm not sure.
It's really soon.
It should be
Yeah.
soon because the Final Fantasy app where you could play Triple Triad inside of the app that just launched in Japan like last week. So I got the sense that stuff must be coming up soon.
Warrior of Light, Onion Knight, Yashol. I hated Onion Knight in Dissidia. He was so annoying.
And this is 3v3 now.
Interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It wasn't so that was another thing. It was like Power Stone, but you could it was still, even though it was like that, it was like an arena, it was still like only two people versus. So you had all this like space with the characters moving around and stuff. And so now it's going to be party based, which is, having played that game, that already sounds much better because it was always really awkward to move around this big arena when you're only fighting one person. It plays like a DBZ game.
Did either of you ever play the PS2 DBC games like Budokai?
Those are
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Budokai 1, 2, and 3 are good.
I like those games.
Yeah, the I didn't like the like Tenkaichi or whatever.
Tenkaichi is what I'm referencing. Yeah, those couldn't stand those.
Yes.
What are you doing, Square?
I'm sorry.
Not Square. Namco.
Namco.
Namco. Yeah.
Yeah, those
make
games.
this
Yeah,
good.
I really liked the first one. It was fun, but it was better on the GameCube because they actually like gave it cell shading look and it looked way better.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I had to go back to my item box because I thought I got a crank. Welcome to old school survival horror when you have to
All
backtrack.
those save clears.
I know, right? This will be the sixth time I've beaten this since it came out after this. Oops, my mouse cursor.
Do you guys hear my dog?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
What's your dog's name again?
The one that is actually trying to get my attention right now is the one that you don't hear about very much because she's terrified of everything. Her name is Rainy. I named her after the girl in Star Ocean 4.
That's a good name.
I don't remember. Oh, I didn't. I was gonna say I don't remember any characters in Star Ocean 4, but then I realized I didn't play 4. I played 3.
I honestly have played very little JRPGs. That's kind of what I'm gonna go for when we do that podcast. Like when I was younger, and I'm not trying to sound snooty when I say this, I played like Baldur's Gate and Fallout. That was more what I played as far as RPGs go.
I only played Elite games, bruh. Play this kiddie anime garbage.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Played the real stuff written by men.
That's actually the main reason. Like this is the most elitist thing you'll ever hear me say. Is the reason I've never played the Bethesda Fallout's is because the idea of playing